Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to not rainy Sky Lake. Hey, how about that? Excited to go on another one of our mini hikes. We are really looking forward to showing you a bunch of places around Sky Lake over the weeks to come. And glad you could join us for this day when we hike from the Bridge of Silence to Krager Gazebo. And I'll talk about some of the things that we do here. But for the most part, I'm going to turn this camera around so you can see what I'm seeing. Hopefully you can hear me a little bit better today. And if I could get a quick thumbs up to make sure from the folks who are watching if you can hear me okay. Awesome. All right. So we are on the lake trail. We're right by the outlet. So let's start our hike. Of course, Sky Lake to my right. As always, I have checked in with someone before I went on this hike. And when I get back, I will check back in them. And you know what else I will check for? Ticks. And I'm going to check head to shoulders, knees to toes. Yes, head to shoulders, knees to toes. I am wearing light colored trousers, so they'll be easier to spot. Typically, when we're staying on the well-worn path, we don't have to worry too much about acquiring ticks, but we also like to be really safe around here. So, Sky Lake, I just showed you the outlet a moment ago. Sky Lake feeds into the Delaware watershed. It goes from Sky Lake to Deer Lake to Tradewinds Lake, down to the Oquago Creek that flows into the western branch of the Delaware River. You might know, or you might not know, that the entirety of Sky Lake property is in two different watersheds. So as we get beyond the west shore, as we're heading towards our private road, we hop into the Chesapeake watershed. And a number of years ago, after some flooding in the region, the Chesapeake Watershed Conservation League actually came to Sky Lake and built some watersheds. Now, you'll see that in a few spots around the lake, we have some natural wetlands. As you can see, it's now spring, and so we're seeing signs of life all around us. You're going to have to look really closely sometimes, but you'll see a lot of the beech trees have started shedding their leaves. Now, most of them keep their leaves all winter to protect the buds. But when the buds start to come out, they push those leaves off, which is really cool. You know, they kind of shelter one another until the old life gives way to new life. And that's kind of a great metaphor for our faith as Christians, that a lot of people have protected us over the years. And at camp, I know a lot of people start to spring forth in their faith journey, which is really cool. Now, we are passing some young ones, and I'm going to do something that we don't normally always recommend, but so you can get a closer view of it, we're going to do a close-up of one of our favorite trees here at Sky Lake. It's our hemlock tree, technically Tsuga canadensis, the eastern hemlock. We have a ton of them around, and they are just really great trees. If you've ever started a campfire at Sky Lake, you know that the hemlock tree, the dried underbranches, snap off easily, and they really, really work well to start a campfire. Now, here's a great view of the lake for you. Just just breathe that in. I am so glad when I looked at the forecast this morning, I thought, we're going to have to go for a hike in the rain, which is fine because you know what? At camp, we adapt and we just keep going as long as there's not thunder. And there is the entrance to one of the entrances to our low ropes course, which hopefully one of these hikes we'll head up there and see what it looks like before we get it ready for summer. and lollygagging around along to our lovely gazebo up ahead. Just enjoying this view into the woods. So one of the cool things about this particular gazebo is that it was donated in honor of Phyllis Krager, who was the mom of Jim Krager, which I mentioned last time, and many of you probably know from your years here at Sky Lake. And if you don't, he was a great guy, my predecessor here. But this gazebo up ahead on our right is the gazebo that Vestal United Methodist Church donated when Phyllis retired from 40 plus years of being their church treasurer. This was donated in the late 70s. Or no, late 90s. I'm dating myself. I remember one time when I was a wee young lad and was counseling a group of campers who were nonverbal with special needs. Phyllis took us on a nature hike to this exact gazebo. Phyllis was probably in her late 70s, early 80s at that point, and she did one of the most amazing guided nature hikes that I've ever been on. We didn't learn a lot, per se, but the way she interacted with those campers was just absolutely astounding to me as a young staff person. She never saw them as being any different than the rest of us. And so she shared what information she had in a calm, gentle way, and it kind of made a lasting impression on me of that's how we need to treat not only our campers with special needs, but all of us. So here we go. Well, friends, that has been our mini hike for today, the 20th of March. Look forward to seeing you back on Monday at our regularly scheduled time of 1:30 p.m. Make sure you like this video, share this video, make sure you like and share our page, and set up notifications so you know the moment we go streaming. And one last invite, Sunday evening, we're still on for a campfire. So join us then around 7 p.m. Eastern, when we hope to broadcast live from Founders Lodge, sing a few songs, and maybe, I don't know, make a s'more. Who knows? But we look forward to seeing you then. Bye, friends.